Hello everyone, I'm Tom, and in this video, I'm going to demonstrate my new design idea, a visualize tool to organize papers and do literature review. So what I want to do is to design a tool to help doctoral students like you and me to organize the paper we connected and do literature review in a more visualized way. And before talking about that, I want to talk a little bit about why I changed my topic. As you probably know, my last topic is about using interactive narrative to support problem solving. And but the reason why I changed that is because recently I found a lot of uh, well-developed educational games like Atlantis Quest and or Crystal Island. All these games are using the same way, using interactive narrative to support problem-solving process or inquiry learning process. And compared with them, I think my idea is not good enough. So it ruined my confidence a little bit. And also for another reason, because interactive narrative, you need to design a lot of story scenarios in the game so as to demonstrate how story changed based on the uh, action of the player. And also, interactive narrative involves a lot of artificial intelligence, which is totally out of my ability. But the good thing is, during the exploring process, I cannot find my another interest. It's based on problem I met. The problem I met it looked like this. During the first month, so when I decided to do some literature review about the interactive narrative, I downloaded several papers like this way, and then I put these papers onto my computers. I created some files so as to put this paper into it, and I also use some reference management tools like EndNote. But I found out that after 2 months, I connected more and more papers related to the topic of interactive narrative, and I found out that it's very hard for me to organize them in a pretty visualized way. The way I use it to look like this. Okay, I created files and subfiles and create subfiles, more and more subfiles, and it looks like a file tree. And it's for me, it's not well organized, and it's really hard for me to say the relationship among the different papers, and also it's very hard for me to find the paper I really want. So I'm so curious about so what I'm curious about how to organize other paper and the references, and so of course I know different ways of organization will definitely influence the literature review efficiency. So what if what the solution for me? I think what if we can I find a more visualized way to do literature review? Um, and is with that a more visualized way to organize the papers? Will that help to improve the literature review efficiency? That's what I'm really curious about. So I can at that moment I began to reflect on what my own preference. If I if I can get a tool to help me to organize the papers I connected and help me to do the literature review. For me, I prefer the visualized literature review process. It looks like this way. So this is what I preferred, and I designed the process like this. So for me, I first connected the papers, and I classify the papers and group them. So group them in this way, and so so I can say how these papers can divide it into different groups. And also, the next step is to visualize the relationship among them, among different groups of the papers classified. I can draw the lines. So it's like in this way, like a concept map. Um, and so it's demonstrated the structure of the paper I collected. And also, and the next step is read, read the papers and analyze the paper. What I usually do is highlight the sentence or information I think is more valuable to me and summarize them. So I really hope that the highlighted information or sentence can appear like in this way. So different colors means how relevant it is to me, to my writing goal. Like yellow is the most relevant, and the green is the least relevant. And the next step is writing the proposal. Okay, based on the map I drew, I can definitely I can have a pretty clear structure of the papers I collected, and I can easily say which reference is most important to me. So I think this will definitely help me to write my research review. And so in conclusion, here's the goal I want. Here is our, I can say, here is the apps I really want to design. I really want to have. And first is I can use the tool to classify and group the papers. And I also can draw different lines, okay, among different groups of papers, and so as to demonstrate the relationship between different groups. And I also can want to say how relevant the highlighted information to my writing goal. So and if I clicked the yellow one, okay, here is the most relevant quote or information I think will be contributed to my writing, to my research review. Um, so, and hopefully I can develop that. But the thing is, I'm not sure that what what current doctoral student prefer. What's their way of doing literature review? So my next step is to do a pilot study. Is I want to interview the current doctoral students. What's their way of doing literature review? What are the problem or difficulty they have? Probably they prefer my way of doing research, or they don't. So, and if through the interviewing them, I can collect some feedback so as to better develop my prototype. So the way I develop prototype is I think I can just use some I can use the spreadsheet as a base to demonstrate to design excitation is so as to better demonstrate my idea. I think, yeah. So thank you for listening my presentation. And if you have any comments or suggestion, you can feel free to tell me. Thank you.